interesting. Generally speaking as well, search your niche on Meetup and Eventbrite, and then go to all of those meetups and start getting people to download your app or sign up to your mailing list. I always am a big advocate of public speaking. So if you can create something and talk of some sort that solves a problem for people, then just copy and paste that to every Meetup and Eventbrite group in the local area or wider, and then you'll have a lot of talks and you'll have the whole room's attention rather than scrabbling from person to person. This is Charlie app, so type in anyone's email address and we'll find all of the public information about them on the internet. So that includes every blog post they've written, every Twitter tweet, every public Facebook post, any company news. So when you go and meet whoever it is that you'll have a meeting with, you can say, hey, how about that local LA sports team? They're doing well, right? And they'll be like, yeah, how do you know I like them? I don't know, I just guess. You can kind of socially engineer people to make them like you even more with this app. And that's a good thing. This is Email Hunter. Type in any company's website in the world and it will find all of the email addresses for them and all of the people who have made their email addresses public. So you want to sell to Mediacom and you have no contacts there, put their website in here, it'll find all of those email addresses, and then you can very quickly start reaching out to them en masse and then get to the decision maker and sell to them. At a more granular level, this is Wala Norbert. So for $10, this will find anyone's email address on the internet. All you need is their first name, their last name, and their domain. So you can very quickly get loads and loads of links that you want to sell to and start getting to your target users way quicker. Cold emails are great, but warm intros are 10 times more powerful. So this is Discoverly. Go to anyone's LinkedIn page and it will show you all of the Facebook friends you have in common. Likewise, go to anyone's Twitter page and it will show you all of the LinkedIn connections you have in common. So you can then say, hey, can you give me an intro to James at Mediacom regarding the ad technology I'm building? I think his company could really use it. So using this, you can get warm intros to the people you want to sell to and you have a much bigger chance of success. So real life businesses, anything sales driven, anything that relies on relationships will need hacks like this. And a good first step if you don't know where to find your users. So people in England are a little bit scared of using the phone. I don't think it's so much of an epidemic over here, but then techie people are quite introverted. Anyone here seen the HBO show Silicon Valley? Yeah? No? Yeah. So there's a concept of a brain drain. And it's something I urge everyone I'm coaching to try at least once. So a brain drain is when you call up one of your competitors pretending to be a customer, find out about all of their features, and find out about all of the features they're going to build, and then you steal their ideas. It's as ethical as most other things you do in business, and I can't say I've done it. That's the first level complete. Are there any questions before we go on? Social media. There's a conspiracy amongst social media marketers, and I presume it happens here in LA. We tell you all you need to do is post great content consistently and your social media will grow. That's all you have to do. Of course, everyone does that, and no one's social media actually grows. Everyone's stuck on like 400 followers. That's not how social media works. We tell you that so you pay us money to run your social media channels. If you're starting out on social media, it's all about being very aggressive. Follow a lot of people, reach out to a lot of people, hassle influencers to give you shout-outs. This is how you get that start. It doesn't come by posting great content. Plenty of people post great content, but it doesn't get found. You need a massive inbuilt audience to start to get a retweet or to start to rank on hashtags. So always think on day one, what do I need to do that's aggressive that will get me in front of a lot of people? So it's all about me. I mean, people are very narcissistic, but people don't care about you, and they definitely don't care about your product. So when you post office selfies or alcohol Fridays, no one cares. You want to be posting great content, so great pictures, interesting questions, nice links, quotes, anything that will get people engaged. Now, it's really hard to find great content consistently, so my advice is to steal it. So this is something I found on Facebook and brought across to Twitter. I was the first one to find it, and it got thousands of retweets and favorites within the first hour. And so my name trended in London and Melbourne, Australia. So I got lots and lots of followers and favorites for something I didn't create, but it still felt good. This is another thing I found, and I was the first to get it to Twitter, and it got thousands of retweets and favorites. And also, not a lot of people understand about Twitter is a lot of people on Twitter are unemployed. So they sit on Twitter all day and they follow famous people. And then when famous people tweet, they want to get that first reply in. So this is a telecoms company in the UK. They got hacked. They were called TalkTalk. And a newsreader announced TalkTalk has received a ransom demand. And someone replied they could be hanging on for hours for a response from that company. So I screen grabbed that, and it got lots and lots of retweets and favorites really quickly. So screen grabbing a tweet and the first reply is a good way to find something that's up to the minute fresh and there's a good chance of getting retweeted. Welcome to the internet is the best Facebook page if you don't know where to find viral content. You can just go on here and then find, it has the best pictures of new animals or memes and stuff that go viral. It's always brand safe, so pretty much whatever account you're putting it on, you're going to get retweets and favorites because they've already validated that people like that content. This is Sniply. If you share a link to anyone's content, not just your own, so a link to New York Times or something, it puts a little pop-up on their site. So whether on mobile or on desktop, you can have an ad for your site pop up on whatever link you're sharing to whatever site. So that's another way of getting a few clicks to your site. Instagram is the best place to find new users and customers right now. What you want to do on day one is find the one user who absolutely loves what you're doing. Follow all of their followers and look at the hashtags they use. If you're selling ties, you wouldn't want to do the hashtag fashion. 1 million people use it every day, you won't get anywhere near it. You would want to do artisan ties, or handmade fashion, or dapper ties, or some small hashtag that isn't completely crowded out that you have a good chance of ranking for. So once you've done that, you'll notice people start to tag their friends because you understand them in that niche. You should always have a page on your site that only has Instagram traffic. This is because Instagram traffic does not show up in your Google Analytics as Instagram, it will show up as direct, along with anything else that comes from your Facebook app or any other apps, they will all show up as direct. Likewise, if anyone puts their website in the address bar and hits enter, that will show up as direct. So direct is a mess of a lot of different traffic. So if you have your link in your bio on Instagram only pointing to a certain page, such as /go, you know that every user who hits that page comes from Instagram, so you can see that your strategy is working. So this is the anatomy of a great Instagram post. This is by Founder magazine. They went from 0 to 110,000 followers in 6 months. So they've taken an inspirational photo, given a tiny credit, slapped an inspirational quote on it. Then what they've done over here is the most interesting. So not a lot of people know you can reply to your own post and dump in as many hashtags as possible and they'll all rank. So everything from motivational to business owner to businesswoman, they just threw everything in and 1 or 2 of these will probably rank and they'll get all of that traffic. They also do the classic double tap if you agree. So double tap if you're going to crush it at work this week. Tag someone who's a good entrepreneur. These posts have been shown to increase engagement massively. The caveat with all this is you need at least 3,000 Instagram followers for these types of posts to work. So these engagement gathering posts. So what you need to do is find the people who will talk about your brand. So find influencers and ask them to give you a shout out, ideally for free, if not you'll have to pay. But if you want to get to that 3,000 mark, so Instagram is worth doing, you have to get there fast. Otherwise it's a waste of time. Like, do you really think your posts are better than the Fat Jewish or any else of the viral guys on Instagram? Your posts are not that good. So you need to get people looking at it in order to get that early traction. Another way of getting early traction